So this is what happened. After we got the leak that Beerus was going to have a crush on Chi in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, all the way to the point where he has a pet name for her, I immediately thought of that cover for Marvel Legacy Comic 15, Thanos Wins, where we have an old Thanos on his throne bringing Hulk to heel as Hulk is now chained up and basically his pet. Out of the hundreds of artists I commission a year, I decided to hit up the incredible Junior Sama, who makes real life-like DBS superhero styled art to the point where it actually looks like it could be in the movie. It's almost like this quasi CGI traditional animation style, and I honestly really dig it. So after like only a few days, by the way, this guy is fantastic and his commissions are open right now. I'm gonna leave a link to his Twitter account in the description below. Our Mona Lisa was finally finished. Voila. I dubbed this art Broly Loses, looking almost identical to the comic except for the fact that Chi is present, essentially just sitting there being as PG as possible. Well, after posting this on Twitter, it absolutely triggered the majority of the community on there, where people were not only hating on the concept of the artwork, but they were mad because I had commissioned it in the first place. And just like that, the artwork started to trend and my notifications were flooded with people who wanted to speak to my manager and didn't like the art that I commissioned. So although I do love Twitter and I love having my close friends on there, the art community, the fandom on there, getting news up to date about Dragon Ball and everything else that I'm interested in the words of Dave Chappelle,
I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real place.
So I posted the same artwork on my community tab, and there it was met with a hail of love and just laughter over how ridiculous it is and how intentionally comical the situation actually is. Even people referencing the fact that it reminded them of that Marvel comic page that I referenced in the beginning of the video. So I said screw it, with the backing of my core audience and all those people on Twitter just losing their minds over a drawing, I created this artwork as a t-shirt to celebrate Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Definitely the craziest commission that I've ever made, in one of the most hilarious situations that I've ever been. But if you love Beerus supremacy or just love the meme culture behind the picture and want to support the channel, I'm gonna leave a link to this shirt in the description below in the top comment. There's other style of clothing on there as well with the same artwork. Any revenue that I make off it, I'll just put it toward more commissions, not only for artwork like this, but thumbnails and fan mangas in the future. But I do want to end off this video with the premise that people are so mad about in this artwork. The fact that Chi ends up with Beerus and Broly loses. Beerus versus Broly, Broly ends up taking the L every single time up to this point. We don't have enough information about Broly compared to Beerus in real time, but with the feats of both characters and just the hierarchy of everything, Beerus dominates. And I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna say that Chi is better off with Beerus anyway. Beerus has obvious interest in her, which is something that Broly really doesn't show. Beerus has a job, god of destruction. Beerus has a house, a planet even, and he also even has a butler. So Chi would be better off dating a god of destruction than being linked up with Broly. Stay mad, Twitter.
Subscribe for more content.